Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Race Spec Season 7. We are into round 4 here at Miami. We have a new track this season. Very interesting track, lots going on, lots of twisting turns. It's definitely been a tricky one to try and get a handle on for myself. So, great to see what the boys can put together tonight. We had a good week last week. I think it was Monza last week. We saw some guys really go well. We saw a few guys drop down a little bit too. The Big Hungry wasn't as dominant as he has been the first couple of weeks. We had some really good drives. We had Lieutenant going really strong. Honest Crook, he was on the podium as well. And who else was it? I think it was Annie Up Lloydie for his first race, had a really solid performance. So look for him again tonight, as we've got a few cars out on track now, just getting some heat into their tyres as they go around to start their first lap. Hopefully get some stuff up as we go. Right, who have we got around? 3 turn 1, so we're looking for a blue car, which will be Lieutenant, I believe. Good to see Ethimon in tonight. I don't think he's raced yet in Race Spec, so good to see him on board. The yellow in Sector 2 and 3. As we'll just ride on board here with Ethimon as on his lap. And 32nd Sector 1. Main flap on the rear wing open for DRS to allow that airflow through. Back down, how does he go through here? Not too bad, nice and tight. Can be a very low grip track in general, this track. For such a... Oh yeah, and that was exactly the point I was about to make. For such a long straight here, you really do need to run a relatively high downforce setup for this track to be able to keep up the pace through those really low speed corners, especially through Sector 1. It can be really tricky. And as he come out here, he probably lost a little bit of time at that chicane. I think he will be our first driver across the line, and that is a 130.3. Followed closely by Thengel, who's just gone ahead by about 3/10. What else have we got coming across the line now? We've got Mike Wazowski with a 130.3. Very close times here from the boys. El Tonki with a 130.6. And then we've got Annie Up Lloydie, bang, there we go. He has set the benchmark in this session so far with a 128.9, so it's a full second quicker than the rest of the drivers thus far. Lieutenant with a 130 flat, so we're still a second behind Annie Up Lloydie. Go down through the field, we've got Hold Up Man Dan come home with a 130 as well. Then we've got Blancuno, who's a little bit behind the pace with a 132. We might be looking to find a little bit more out there still. We've got carnage going on everywhere at the moment, I think. There's some drivers really jostling for track position here early on in qualifying, just to try and get some laps going. But Clarence has just gone third fastest with a 130.1. So around that 130 currently is about the par score. I don't believe that the track yet has any actual corner names. I have been learning as I go with tracks that I'm not too sure on, but being a new circuit altogether, I'm going to start making them up tonight. So we'll see if we can get the whole track mapped out by the end of the night with corner names, but we may be following some drivers along, and if they do have a bit of a mix up around a certain corner, we might just name it after them, and we'll see if it can stick. Now, power side, he'll be definitely going for another one. 149. He's obviously had a moment somewhere along the line. We've got Drow, he's going up to second with a 129.6, not bad at all. Getting up and about there as we just see a little bit of argy-bargy on track. I think there might have been a car around there for a minute. Snickers Buddies in 10th with a 130.7 currently. Got some guys that are just coming out for their outlaps now. Noodle Marble, CN Goat, and the Big Hungry Man. He has just started his lap also, so we might follow, which I would assume our championship leader still. Jump on board with him and go for a lap around this beautiful circuit in Miami, Florida. Go through the S section there. Really tricky corner this bit just here. Really so easy to mix up where the apex of that corner is. CN Goat has found a wall by the looks of that, unfortunately. So he will be CN Carnage in front of him, unfortunately. So he'll no doubt start from the back without setting the lap, unfortunately. So not the worst track to be doing so, I can tell you that. If you can avoid any carnage that goes on in front, you may be able to just come through nicely. Cruise through the field. Nice and tight though from Big Hungry Man. Look at that. Beautiful lines there. I reckon this could very well be a fast lap here. It's not freaking tight. Got a car in front warming their tyres up. I really do hope they show some respect and get out of his way. No, they're just sat on the race line and it's his teammate, so I hope there's a bit of chatter going on that team radio at Aston Martin at the moment. Maybe, but anyway. Oh, look at that! I was spot on the money as he goes at 128.92. So there's not a lot between our championship leader and Annie Lloydie. So look for them two to be in a really nice fight battle tonight. Great lap from the Big Hungry. Can't cycle back to CN Goat. You just see he's out. He's going with his honest crook here. He's just gone across the line with a 130, so he's definitely got some time to make up there. Got Noodle and Marbles having a real struggle here. And he's been ran into by, who was that? It was Honest Crook, was it? Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we've got drama here already just in qualifying the Miami International Autodrome. As Noodle Marble is finally around and going, but I have a feeling he may not have a front wing. So we'll just quickly cycle through 129.7. We've got El Tonki with a 129.7 also. Delayed in 8th. Clarence has just been pushed down to 10th by Snickers Bud, who's done a 129.8. Mike Wazowski, his teammate with a 130.1. So the two Red Bulls are as close together as Kim Kardashian's cheeks are. Very tight pair of tights. There you go. That was a bit probably full on, but that's okay. We'll get there. We've got Thangel in 13th. We've got Latimer in 14th. We've got Honest Crook in 15th with a 130.8. We've got Blancuno in 16th with a 132, who should look to go a little bit faster this lap, hopefully. And you'll see Reedy and also Noodle Marble move up as well, providing they get back out and around in time. And that leaves Artie Chengs with the very last lap of qualifying, which he did the same last week. I've got a feeling it could be a bit of a trend for Artie, because he ended up, I've got a funny feeling he may have ended up sticking it on pole last week, I think. Don't quote me on that. I should do my research on my own calls. But anyhow, he will come out with probably 2 minutes to go, if that. Just enough time to get around. So we go back down through the field and we'll have a look, see what's going on here. Any uploadies on the lap as we speak. I drove an Alpha Tauri for the first time in my life, I'm pretty sure, on the F1 games, and that dates back to when I started playing them back in 2013. So for the first time last night I was in an Alpha Tauri around Silverstone in a different league, and by God, it felt amazing. I don't know whether it was just my setup. I don't even like the track. I'm not a fan of it, I never have been, and it was elite. So I don't know whether it's an Alpha Tauri thing or if it was just my setup, but it was very exciting. Down here, about 40. Oh, he's pretty much even with his previous time. We'll see if we can make up a little bit of time around these last couple of turns here. Hopefully not too much wheel spin. Nice grip and tight lines. Not bad, good exit, nice and wide. And he's going into the pits like nice and wide for a new set of tyres. So he's stitched us up there. Hold up man, Dan's coming back out for another lap. He's got Alpine in front of him, which will be Reedy. Sorry, Lieutenant, I'd tell a fib. As we've got Honest Crook, there we go, up to 5th, great lap, well done. We've got Tonki on a lap as we speak. Yellow in sector 2. El Tonki's accidentally bottled that lap. Got tyre on the circuit still, which I would assume is CN Goat's tyre. It looked like he might have just had a little bit of a moment there. Got a McLaren. Yeah, no, that was definitely Blancuno going a bit slow there, so he might have had a moment with the wall. Now Drow's back on track again to see if he can go any better. He's just starting a lap, I believe. We've got Annie Lloydie heading back out now in that Alpha Tauri to set another lap. 1 minute to go. I believe we will see Artie Chengs fly out of these pits any second now, and we will ride on board with him because that will be definitely exciting. He loves a bit of pressure, I believe. Reedy's ghosting, so Reedy's had a bit of a moment there. He's struggled last week, unfortunately, Reedy, and hopefully he can improve this week. Going on down in the Ferrari garage? No, we don't still. back of the field can improve at all. Clarence might be a good one to look at to improve. See how he's going to go here. He does. There we go. Called it. So good enough for P6 currently as it stands with the 129 almost flat. So that's a nice lap from Clarence. As qualifying's now done, Artie has failed to put a lap in at all, so he's obviously not that excited about this track yet in general, I believe. We've got Drow still on a lap. No, he's just finished, so he was 2.5 seconds over, no good. Delay. 4.5 seconds up. Crook. He's probably still on a lap, but I don't think he's going to improve. He was 2 tenths up currently on his old time. So jump on with Power Sight. Power Sight's definitely going to go faster here if he gets a good exit, which he does. Oh, I hope he didn't invalidate, and he just did. That's unfortunate for the big fella there. That will, apart from delayed, who's a bit delayed with his time here, round out qualifying, I believe, for the Miami Grand Prix, and we will be locked in to go racing very, very shortly for the first ever Miami Grand Prix here in Race Spec, the Pacific Series in Tier 3. Interesting to see how we go off the line through sector 1. First lot of turns, it will be very interesting to see how we go. We've got yeah, very, very interesting. So a little bit on the circuit itself. You've got 19 turns. Goes for 5.4 Ks. Actually built just around the Hard Rock Stadium, I believe, which I think is the home of the Miami Dolphins, which are the NFL team. Very, very interesting stuff to have 2 races back in America, I believe. We are almost about to go racing. I believe it's a sprint round, so we've got 10 laps at the very best. So you think most of the boys will be all on the medium tyre, which they Vladimir in P14, and then 15 we've got Fangle, 16 is Blancuno, P17 Noodle Marble, 18 is Reedy, and we've got Adi Chengs who didn't qualify, going down to CN Goat who also didn't qualify. So we've got a Red Bull in the wall, which will be Mike Wazowski. He's back going again, which is good to see. Hopefully he's got no damage. Yeah, so CN Goat, that'll round out our field. He did not set a lap, unfortunately. He found the wall. Hopefully he can go a little bit better here. We've got Mike Wazowski into the wall again. And he's actually struggling to get it straight again now, as he's hit the fence about 3 or 4 times there. So I'm really hoping for his sake that those wings are all in okay nick still. Hungary was the first one disqualified. Hold up man Dan did not hit the box well either. Got a few other guys coming in now. I'm going to take a bet and say Mike might. Oh no, Mike's hit the box. Beautiful. No, he hasn't. Has he got there? He's done well, the big fella. And we are off and racing in Miami. So we got a few little moves going on mid-pack. Down the back, Lieutenant gets not a bad start. Big Hungry sends it up the inside. Doesn't quite get it done though, unfortunately. So we've got Lieutenant, the Big Hungry, Dreher, Hold Up Man Dan's up a few spots. Clarence up 1 spot. Honest Crook up. So Snickers Bud, look at him. Mike Wazowski up a few. Just go through the field. There's a little bit of contact here. We've got yellow flags. Oh, there's a spinner there. Thangle. So we head back up the front. We've got Lieutenant, the Big Hungry, Drow, Hold Up Man Dan, Honest Crook, Clarence, Snickers Bud, Mike Wazowski, El Tonki, Annie Up Lloydie, and we'll just hold up there because we've got a beautiful little battle going on here. They were planning on going 4 wide. I don't think it's going to work. El Tonki leads that little pack there. They go 2 wide, does Annie Up Lloydie, he was a big loser, so he's obviously had a little bit of a moment off the start, I would say, because he was way up there. So he slotted in behind El Tonki. Power side, that's an epic shot as they come around that chicane. Just head back up the front now and keep an eye on our leaders. Got the Big Hungry, looks like he might be set to have a look very shortly because he's got pressure from behind from Drow also. Just starting to spread out the field a little bit as we speak. Oh, look out, we've got... Is it someone around or not? So Vladimir's gone into the pits, he's obviously got damage, you would think. That's the only one, so it wasn't too bad off the start line for all the boys, which was really fortunate because I'll tell you what, it's not an easy track to start on. Just scroll through, they all seem to be getting around, no worries. Easy Mon's obviously disconnected unfortunately, or he's having some sort of issues because his car's currently ghosting. We've got Lieutenant's just starting to gap a little bit on the Big Hungry, and the Big Hungry's got pressure from Drow. Do you see a move here or not? Nice and wide on the entry. Is he going to try to cut back a little bit, switch back? No, not quite. It wasn't close enough, unfortunately. They come through there beautifully. Big Hungry just sort of closed that gap up a little bit there. There we go with his exit. Going to gain any. We've got our first 3-second penalty. Goes to Reedy. Got a move going on up here. We've got Clarence is up. Honest Crook. They've been having a beautiful little battle between the two of them. Honest Crook looked to have a little bit of a fight back, but he just got it crossed up a little bit though, unfortunately. Hopefully that won't hurt him too much on time. Snickers Bud's going to pounce on him though. Around the main straight. Over the start finish line, can he get a job done? Look for a switchback here. tries it, doesn't quite pull it off, unfortunately. We've got a 5-second penalty. Artie Cheng's spitting in the pit lane. That's unfortunate. Head back up the front. Not a great deal going on, so we'll just cruise back through slowly. Hold Up Man Dan's going to join this party soon, the way they're going at the front. It's back down to about 2 seconds now. We've got Clarence trying to look to make up that gap on him. He's just outside DRS range, which will be turned on. Rolling through a little bit. There's a little bit of a train there now happening. Tonki's on the back of that one. He's tucked in behind Mike Wazowski. Our sight's on the back of that as well, so that's a fair DRS train here. Do we see any moves happen? Oh, we've got a yellow flag. It's sector 2. Who is that? Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, Lieutenant's had a moment. Because the Big Hungary's taken the race lead. So it's obviously smashed a bit of ERS. Lieutenant and Drow were just having a nice little battle there, so keep an eye on this for a little minute. See if Drow can get the move done. So Big Hungary's obviously just jumped in with ERS, I would think. See if he can pull away now while these other two guys can potentially have a bit of a battle. Yellow, we've got a white car around. Who is that? Is that Thangle? It is Thangle. He's had a moment. It's up and going though, which is good to see. So we've yet to see any DNFs, which is good. We don't want to see them. Let's see if the Big Hungry can really pull away here though and get outside DRS range. Boys have done a beautiful job keeping up. We're close together, these top 3 guys. Nice and competitive. Nice little sprint round, which is good. Whoa, might have been a bit of contact there with the wall for Lieutenant, was it? Sure. See Drow use a bit of ERS and go around him though. Can be hard because Lieutenant's also got DRS, but he's got the move done and files back beautifully. That was a nice move. We've got a bit of a fight back from Lieutenant by the looks of it though, nice and close. Couldn't quite make it stick, unfortunately. It's the risk you run when you take a tighter line on the inside. You've really got to try hard not to spin them tyres up. Drow looks like he's just pulling away a little bit here, so potentially Lieutenant might not have had the pace that he had initially off the line, but it's definitely hard when you lose a couple of spots to try and get that momentum that you had back also. It can be very, very difficult. So Hold Up Man Danny. Actually, he was closing in the gap a little bit while they were fighting, but now that move's been done, he's actually losing a little bit of time to those guys now. So Clarence has actually dropped off the back of him as well as Snickers Bud, Honest Crook. So they're definitely all spreading out a little bit. Mike Wazowski's still on the back of Any Up Lloydie though. So Any Up Lloydie's managed to make up a few spots again, I think, after his shocker of a start. Definitely a little train still going on though with those 4 boys. The old Tonky in there power side as well. Tell you what, this is really nice, tight, clean, close racing. This is great to watch, especially on a track that a lot of the guys probably haven't raced a lot of. Definitely makes a difference when you've raced the tracks in previous games. You know every corner. Definitely hard when you get a new track and you can take it, you can do 100 laps around it, and I mean, you know, you might go around a certain corner 100 different lines each time. I mean, it's some tracks can take a lot of practice. So, oh no, I've jinxed it. Sorry, boys. El Tonky goes around, loses his wing, and he's having a big moment there, unfortunately. So he's going to drop a heap of positions here. See another move get done there. I think it was Noodle Marble. He just got overtaken back to the pits. Just go back up towards the front now, and we'll just keep an eye on this little battle between Drell and the Big Hungry, because he's still within DRS. Definitely not letting him get away, and he's just set the fastest lap of the race. So he's definitely found a bit of pace here. Watch this with a bit of intent. See, Annie up Lloyd, he's probably looking at making a move on Honest Crook very shortly also. It's on the main straight there, so try and keep a bit of an eye on them too. Delayed's come past power side also because he's in the pits, so he'll get that new front wing on and try and make up a few spots hopefully. See, yeah, the Big Hungry is definitely under a bit of pressure here from Drow. So Drow's got serious pace here at Miami, which is really good to see. Love it when you see some fresh faces go well. It's really good. Got a yellow in sector 1, but that's been cleared. What a move. He's done it easily. Wow. Do we see a fight back from the Big Hungry down this DRS straight? That was just a brilliant move, that. Haven't really lost out too much time behind to the car behind either in Lieutenant, so they can really try and pull away here if they want to. Just doesn't have enough momentum though, Hungry, unfortunately, to fight back. As long as he can just hang in on the back of him and keep within DRS on him, he should be alright though. Can afford to save a bit of ERS and maybe fight on that last lap that way. He may choose not to, because I mean, at the end of the day it's a sprint race, and I mean it's not worth a great deal of points, so I mean it's going to set your starting position up for the feature obviously, so P2 is not a bad spot to start from realistically. Another yellow in sector 1, and that is Snickers Bud is around, I believe. No, not Snickers Bud. May have been Blancuno. No, it was Snickers Bud. He's got no front wing, unfortunately. So he's going to drop his positions here. Hopefully he doesn't get collected by anyone. Just head back up the front quickly, because the Big Hungry is all over the back of Drow still. They're having an awesome little battle here. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there from the Big Hungry, but it actually hasn't hurt him too much. In fact, it's almost helped him. He actually took the entry a little bit wider, and he ended up being able to cut that corner drastically. It was huge. He's done quite well there. Now, does he have enough? He's tucked in behind him to get as much draft as he can. Thought about it. Keeps the pressure on him though. That's all you need to do. And he may pack it up until next lap again. Just keep an eye on the delta from these two guys as I quickly flick through the field. We've got 1.5 laps to go here at Miami for our sprint race. Like a bit of end plate off a wing, and it was off Reedy. So Reedy's just clipped the wall there, unfortunately. He's completely missing his end plate. Hopefully that doesn't affect his race. He's done really well. He's up to 10th, so he's done a great job so far. Hopefully that penalty doesn't hurt him a great deal though. We've got the Big Hungry, he's just taking the race lead back. There we go, look at this. Oh, they're wheel to wheel, here we go. Hopefully they can keep it clean, the boys. They do so far. This is some beautiful racing to watch. So they've pirouetted around sector 2 pretty much the entire way. But then Drow's managed to fight back and get the lead again, as we see Blancuno with a 3-second penalty. Now, what can this last lap bring? I think we're just going to have to keep on board with the leaders here, because I mean this is just epic to see. There's definitely some other battles going on down the field, but this is too good. We do not want to miss it. You see Yanni up Lloyd, he goes up past Honest Crook. There we go. So That's got him up into P5. See if Honest Crook can fight back. I'll keep an eye on it. I really don't want to take too many eyes off this battle here for the lead, as we've got Clarence and Mike, teammates at Red Bull, having a bit of a stoush as well, down in 7 and 8. Hopefully those boys can keep it clean for the sake of the team. We've got the Big Hungry still just riding the bumper of Drowell here, keeping the pressure on him, seeing if he'll make a mistake. These medium tyres definitely do start to drop off about this time. Oh no, we've got car around. I'm going to guess and say that could be Blancuno. I'm not going to drop off. Big Hungry's had a big moment. That's really unfortunate. That really hurts, so it does. I reckon he's run out of fuel. Surely not. That car is going very slow, and I've got a funny feeling I reckon he's underfueled it and he's run out of fuel, unfortunately. I hope he doesn't lose too many spots here. This would be embarrassing for Aston Martin, I believe. Very unfortunate. As Drowell gets the win, Lieutenant, hold up man down in third, which is huge. He's done very well. Big Hungry, can he hold on? That car, he's going to have to push it across the line. I can't believe that. I thought I'd missed an incident, but I hadn't. He simply has just ran out of fuel. Down to P6 now. Wowee. Mike Wazowski and Clarence have gone up to P4 and 5. This is huge. Wow. CN Goat off last spot up to 7th. That is crazy. Honest Crook. Delayed. Reedy up a heap of spots. Let's have a quick look at the position changes. Look at that. There we go. CN Goat's up 13. Reedy's up 8. Snickers Bard in 11th. Altonki in 12th. Danny up Lloydie. Big loser, unfortunately. Easymon in 14th. Noodle Marble 15th. Thangle in 16th. Powerside in 17th. Latimer in 18th. Artie Cheng's in 19th. Blancuno had a shocker, unfortunately. He rounds out our field with no wing. Wow. That was dramatic. Absolute carnage for the Big Hungry. CN Goat, very well deserved driver of the day. That was amazing. Beautiful drive from the big fella. He was probably unlucky he didn't qualify. Could have definitely been up higher. Great win by Drowell. He had a beautiful drive. Didn't really do much wrong at all. Lieutenant had a beautiful drive. We've got Hold Up Man Dan. He had a great drive also. So Clarence, the list goes on. Mike Wazowski, they're all up positions. The Big Hungry need to put a little bit more fuel in, big fella. CN Goat, that was a drive and a half. He's got points. He'll be happy as with that, I would have thought. And that will set our grid for our sprint race. Feature race, apologies. feature race time. We're going for 29 laps around the Miami International Autodrome. We've got Drow, had a beautiful sprint race. The lead out back. We've got Lieutenant in 2. Birdie's hold up man. Clarence PhD in 4. Takes it down to Michael Zowski. A bit hungry in 6th. We've got CN Goat. We've got Honest Crook. We've got Delayed. And Reedy in 10th. Had a bit of a moment by the looks of it. Snickers Bud in 11. El Tonki in 12th. Annie Up Lloydie in 13th. Then we've got Easy Mon starting in P14. Bangle is in P15. And we've got Power Sight, Vladimir, Artie Chengs, Glenn Kuno, and also Noodle Marble, and that will round out our field for our feature race here in Florida. We are looking very sunny. I doubt we'll see any drop of rain unless we have one of those ridiculous hurricanes. See another car in the fence. I think that was Lieutenant. That's unfortunate for him, so hopefully he doesn't start off kind of tired. Really struggling to get around here, the big fella. Doesn't help that he's got cars coming up behind him. Even though Ghosting's turned on, it's definitely still hard to be able to try and see your apex. It's a natural thing to want to slow down when you see a car around. So he's up and going again, which is good to see. Really struggling to get around. So we've got a few cars in the starting boxes, just waiting for a few more. And we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. We are away for the Miami F1 Grand Prix. We've had a few good starts there. Hold up man, Dan's made up a spot. They go 3 wide. Oh wow. A little bit of contact possibly with the Lieutenant, but he manages to hold it. Go through the field. Everyone seems to be getting through all right. We've got a car around though. Who was that? That was El Tonki and Reedy have had terrible starts, unfortunately. Hold up man, Dan's taking the lead from Drow. And he's pulling away. You can see the big Hungary's up into 4th off the line, so he's had a great start. He needed to. Obviously refueled his car in between races, which is good to see. He's making a big move down there on Lieutenant, up into 3rd in a matter of half a lap. See Mike Wazowski and Lieutenant having a battle also. That is for 4. That's going to let Clarence into the party as well as Honest Crook. He will be definitely keeping them all honest for sure. We'll back up and have a look where the big Hungary's going. He's going alright. Keep an eye on that, that's a great shot. All that cars coming down that second last DRS straight. Oh, massive overshoot there from Honest Crook, unfortunately. We've got a car around, oh no. A few cars around there. See and go, that's unfortunate for him. So, back up to it. Leaders. Got Bangles out. Oh no, so we're going to see a full course. See? car. That is unfortunate. But reading in for a new wing by the looks of that. Gone. Is it a safety car? I don't think it is a full course safety car. Maybe just under VSC at the moment. That's unfortunate for Thangle. That's going to hurt his championship for sure. No points in Miami, unfortunately. Hold up, man, Dan. We get our position changes up. Very interesting. There we go. So that paints an interesting picture as we've gone green. We're back racing. Incident's been cleared. Hold up, man, Dan. Up 2 spots. Huge. 3 spots for the Big Hungry off the line. Annie up Lloydie up 6 spots after a bit of a shocking start in the first race. The DRS is now enabled again, which is good to see. He's going to be up 7 very shortly. He goes straight past Mike Wazowski like he was standing still. Alphatari's definitely got some pace to it. Let's switch the Red Bull boys up. He's up 7 spots. We've got Artie Cheng, he's up 8 spots. He's had a huge race in that Ferrari. Power side behind him up 5 off the line. Cycle back up through. Alrighty, look at that, only up Lloydie. Mike Wazowski's having a good fight back here. Battle in the mid-pack usually in this league, always has been. Good to watch, I love it. Guys are really, really even usually. Usually makes good racing. Some balls are on a crook at the moment. See if there's any guys looking to send it down the DRS straight. Don't think so. Can be a really tricky one to pass on when there's a bit of a DRS train happening. Oh, big move. Has he pulled it off? Not quite. Didn't have the pace. Delayed's got massive pressure coming from power side. He's up 5 spots. He's definitely having a better race this one around. Very good exit out of this corner. Definitely has. Had a great exit there, so he's all over the back of him here. Get a move done. Had a quick look, but he had to pull out, so he's lost a few tenths there, unfortunately. Cost him a little bit, but he will probably make it back up down this next straight. Look at that. That's a great shot. You can really see the braking there. How different they brake and the timing they brake at and stuff like that. Very, really interesting stuff. Delayed had a really good exit, so he's probably helped himself a lot there. He's still under a little bit of pressure, but yeah, didn't lose the spot, so he's had a great exit out of that corner, setting up for a beautiful, beautiful run down that DRS straight. It's not really a straight, it's a bit of a dog leg DRS zone. Or a golfing term, I suppose you would say. See if we can get a move done here. Missed the move up the front. Drow's currently got the lead of the race. And one of those nights I will cycle back down the field to look for moves, and moves happen up the front while I'm not looking. Sorry about that, guys. So hard to catch everyone. So Drow's taken the lead back off hold up man Dan. Definitely not pulled away from him. He's pulling away, but not rapidly. Interesting to see if hold up man Dan can stay within DRS range on him. Let's look at the tyre situation in a second. So yellow flag in sector 1. Incident's obviously been cleared though. So nothing too major. We'll get these tyres up and under it. So this will set us up for our strategies really. So I mean, you look at most of the field on hards, so you think they'll be pushing them as long as they possibly can. Look for soft or most likely bottom medium. You may see a few guys try undercut and make up some spots. Hold Up Man Dan is the highest medium runner we've got at the moment. It started on the medium, so we'll be fitting for hards, you would think. He's in P6, so he will probably drop before the rest of those guys up the front. And then See and Go as well as Reedy on the mediums, so he'll be also on the same strategy. You would think, as we see Mike Wazowski goes past on his foot. Hold Up Man Dan's definitely had a moment of some sort because he's dropped a heap of positions here. Very interesting. So I've obviously missed something there because he's back down to 6th after leading the race. Big Hungary's up into 2nd too, so watch for him to try and start. Oh no, Carnage. His Clarence around into the wall and out of the race. That's unfortunate for the big fella. Beautiful, beautiful race weekend last weekend, and that is unfortunate for Clarence. Looked really good in the sprint race, made up a heap of spots. So that will potentially be one of those S words that we speak of. Not certain I can see it on track anywhere. Maybe just a VSC. No, sorry, the safety car is out, so we've got a full course caution and it will be a safety car to clear that incident up. So, interesting. If I was Hold Up Man Dan, I would be straight into the pits now. Oh, we've got another car around. Who was that? Lieutenant. Oh no, that is unfortunate. Oh, that is really, really hard, especially under a caution. Very unfortunate. Goes back past the weight delayed, which is within the rules, I believe. Very unfortunate. Now, as I was about to say, Hold Up Man Dan, if I was in his shoes right now, I would be out of those shoes because I'd be into the pits. Let's see what he does. No, he's gone in. Smart man. Hard tyres, 3 pit stop. And he will be looking to come home on those hard tyres from here on in. You would think. No wing change, hard tyres go on, look at that, beautiful, great job. So, look for him later in the race to be somewhere up the front. Go back through the field, we've got a few other guys going on the hards. Thomas Cook's gone in for mediums, so I find that interesting, along with Lieutenant. He crashed, I can understand that, but I'll tell you what, you're going to be pushing those medium tyres to get them home from here, so look for them guys. They may have to be banking that there's going to be a late safety car to get home on the softs potentially. I haven't actually raced this track in a league yet, so I haven't even raced it. Actually, I might have raced it once, but yeah, that was 100%, so I can't really get a good grip on what the tyre situation would be like from here on in the 50% race, but I don't think those mediums will get home. That's just a guess, so look for them guys to have to pit again. Seeing Goat can be a big winner here. He can definitely look at making up a heap of spots here from guys pitting. El Tonki's also gone into mediums, so yeah, another interesting choice, but I mean, there's not really any other choices, unfortunately, apart from softs. So I think we'll see one more lap of the safety car. I haven't seen it go in. No, so he's definitely going for another lap. Still got some guys at the back playing catch up though as we speak in El Tonki and Reedy. So that's unfortunate for Clarence anyways. He's driven beautifully all season really. He hasn't put too many feet wrong thus far. So be thinking his wounds and raring to go for next week. These position changes back up quickly and we'll just see some big winners and losers again quickly. Look at that, and up already 10 spots, that is huge. 13 spots for Artie Cheng, has not stuffed around, he's got it done. And he's had a good race so far. He's got Reedy with a 3-second time penalty, that's unfortunate on the safety car. Outside up 9 spots, so he's had a huge race as well. Hold up man Dan, don't read too much into that because he was pitted along with Honest Crook. Lieutenant just had a massive moment unfortunately, which has essentially really hurt his race in general because I mean he's had to change his strategy, right? A different strategy that he really didn't want to have to do I believe. So a few guys in that same boat that will be really praying for a late safety car here. See how we go. There's safety cars heading in this lap and they're banked up all the way back through that chicane, which is an unfortunate spot to get banked up, I would have thought. I'll bet it's fire. I'll jump back up the front because we are about to go green. See little guys just getting that last bit of heat into those tyres before they go again. Beautiful shot down there, mate. That's back straight. That is gorgeous. It's a very, very awesome Grand Prix to go to, I can tell you that. The weather, the scenery, very, very pretty spot in Florida, I believe. And they are gone, so we see Drow, the big hungry, only up Lloydie. Mike Wazowski back and forth. All spread out single file, nice and clean. But watch out for those cold hard tyres definitely this lap around. Actually we don't see any guys. Oh well, yeah, I called it unfortunately. That is very unfortunate for Power Sight. Cold tyres, crossed up. Still going, but he's going to have to go back in for another wing. Potentially he's got rear wing damage, probably side pod damage. So that's unfortunate. We see Mike Wazowski having a good look at Annie up Lloydie here. And he's got it done. He's up into third. Great move. Big Hungry's really, really nice and close to Drow as well. So keep an eye on them two guys. Yellow in sector 2. Who's that? Brook back down to 13. They've had a moment. There we go. Annie up Lloydie's had another crack back at Mike Wazowski. And he's made it stick. Look at that. Nice little move there. Quite nifty. Artie Cheng's had a little bit of a wobbly moment coming out of second or third last corner there. Not much grip still, unfortunately, on those hard tyres. Get the heat back into it. Look at this. Big Hungry. All over the back of Drow. Pressure central. See yellow flag. There's somebody around. Snickers Bud is in the pits for a new win. So keep an eye on this one. Anything can eventuate from here. I mean, the boys had a really, really good battle most of the race back in the sprint race before the Big Hungry ran out of juice, unfortunately.
I was a betting man, I would bet a house and a lot of other things that he's probably overfueled his car a little bit. Just a touch in this race. So I doubt you would see very often that you would have a guy run out of fuel in consecutive races on the same weekend. Definitely not saying it's never going to happen. I've seen some units, but I doubt it. He's just toying with him here a little bit. He's just keeping the pressure right on him, really trying to force him into a mistake here. He's a bit hungry. But credit to Drow because he's holding him beautifully. He's just doing what he has to do. He doesn't have to do anything drastic. Just have to make sure he stays behind him. There's a lot of laps left in this race. The more you battle, the slower you go as a collective. So Lieutenant's just come past Reedy. Latimer's made up a spot on the Eastern line. He's up into the top 10 now. He's up in the 9th. Just a lot of stroll down through the field. But Artie Cheng, he's just ticking along by himself. Most of them are spread out here. Being Kuno up in the 7th. He's had a really good race so far. Noodle Marble. Whoa, wow, that's tight down. Wow, wow, wow. There's a car around. There's carnage. Shocking spot to go too wide, I can tell you that. So that's unfortunate for Honest Crook. He's had a big loss there. Very, very unfortunate for him. Yes, quick sus. Big Hungry is still tucked in behind him. Being overly aggressive, just keeping pressure on him. Keep cruising through. Delayed. He's had a good race. He's up in the 6th. We're at Noodle Marble. Hold up man Dan. He's come back strong after having a bit of a moment. I don't know if he had a moment or what's happened, but he lost out really quickly there from the lead, unfortunately. But he's looking solid here. He's coming back through. I remember he's pitted so far as well, as we see car around. Is that Honest Crook? It is Honest Crook, and he's left his wing on the track, unfortunately. He's had an absolute dog of a race, the poor bloke. I do feel for him after being on the podium last week in Monza. He's not had a good weekend, unfortunately, so I do feel for him. Back up to the top here, and Drow is still our race leader. Big Hungry down to only up Lloydie. Just happy tucked in there in 3rd spot. We've got Mike Wazowski behind him in 4th. Artie Cheng's starting to actually make ground on Mike there, so let's have a look at that little battle shortly. Delayed in 6th, playing Kuno in 7th, Noodle and Marble in 8th. He's had a good race. Hold Up Man down in 9th, Vladimir up to 10th, El Tonki in the 11th. Lieutenant's starting to catch up through the field a little bit. He's back up to 12th. CN Goat in 13th. Reedy up to 14th. He's looked a bit better this race. Ethan dropped to 15th, so he's obviously had a moment there back at that chicane, I would say, where we had a few around there a short while ago. Aerosite 16th. Honest Crook 17th. Snickers Bud 17th. Honest Crooks in the pits. There you go. Seeing Goat's gone. Oh no, there we go. I was about to say, yep, Seeing Goat's gone past right here. They've swapped positions. We'll quickly go down and have a look what's going on here, because they are going hell for leather here. Oh wow, that was huge. Wow. I don't know whether they were having a little bit of a tussle, but when your F1 car's got 3 wheels on one side of the car, you know something's wrong, and that's unfortunate for Edie. That's his night over. So Unsure if there was contact. I'm not going to make a call on that because I only just quickly cycled through to it. Still in tussling for position. So that's unfortunate for Reedy, and I believe, oh no, honest crook. He's nice, just gone from bad to worse. He's got a drive through now because he's speeding under safety car. Very unfortunate. Now, here we go. So we've got people into the pits. We've got Annie Lloyd stayed out. We've got Mike Wazowski stayed out. The Drow and the Big Hungry are into the pits, which is the absolute correct move because they will not have to pit again now on the mediums. All the other hard runners, most of them coming in. It's not the track where track position's king. You know, it's not that real tight track like we saw at Zandvoort there a few weeks ago. You know, that track there itself, that's yeah, you've definitely got to have great track position on that one. So we've got Ethan on, ignoring yellow flags. Oh, honest crook, I do feel sorry for you, mate. He's getting penalty after penalty. Drive through plus a 5 second now as well, speeding in the pit lane. Now, who's pitted and who hasn't? Have a quick look at that. Stops, there we go. So our top 3 drivers have not pitted. Love to be able to see what tyres their percentage their tyres are at the moment. I know something I don't, but I'll tell you what, I would have been into the pits as quick as someone go in this lap? No. They have made a decision and they are sticking to it. I can respect that. Can they go? That is the question. How far can we get them? Do we get them to another safety car but a little bit later down in the race, maybe lap 20, and then put some softs on, you know, after lap 20 even? But that's the question they're going to have to be asking themselves, the boys. Will the hards last 24 laps? Maybe, maybe not, we do not know. You'd think they would, but they may not. And we really have to try and keep that heat into them now, especially. Safety car will be in this lap. We've still got 2 struggles down the end that haven't been caught up in Sand Goat and Honest Crook, but I think safety car will be in this lap. Keep an eye on it. Got a funny feeling we're going around again. So, the guys at the back should be able to catch up, although it seems like they're going very slow. I hope they haven't got a Belgian glitch. See on this back straight if they have or not. I'm going to say potentially because it's definitely not full throttle. So there's a bit of a delta glitch happening here, unfortunately. Hopefully Codemasters can fix this one for us very soon, because it's becoming a problem, as we saw at Monza, where there was guys that weren't able to catch up to the safety car because of the delta. That means the safety car will stay on track a lot longer than it needs to be, because guys simply aren't able to, within the rules, catch up to it. And physically aren't even able to catch up to it because the game will not let you. So, unfortunate for those boys, but I think, no matter rain, hail or shine, hurricane, you name it, it will be in this lap. Unsure whether this could be correct or not, but I would have thought in Florida at the moment, and Miami especially, they would be probably on tidal wave watch, I believe, as we had a massive earthquake in Mexico today. Oh, big moment for Manny Uploidy. Huge earthquake, 7.5 magnitude in Mexico. It was huge. There were videos on Facebook of buildings shaking like they were made out of cardboard and collapsing to the ground. Quite scary stuff. Have a Google it if you've got the time. So, thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Mexico. The safety car's gone in. So we'll keep a very close eye up the front to see who gets the best pull away. See when on the Uploidy decides he's going to go. Still got him banked up though. Terrible view, that one. There we go, and he's gone, I believe. And he's had a pretty good restart. Oh no, our sight's out. That's unfortunate. Honest Crook's gone back into the pits. And he's got another 5-second penalty whilst serving a drive-through. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3 because Powersight's car's still on track by the looks of that. That's been cleared, which is good, so we don't see another safety car. We've got Big Hungry. Having a good look at Drow there. So our penultimate race leaders here in Drow and Big Hungry still going at it back in P4 and 5. As Drow goes past Artie Cheng's. Now we've got a little bit of a thorn amongst the roses here. Is Artie, because that's potentially our P1, P2 that he's currently in the middle of. So Hungry will be really hungry to get around in here. He will probably burn as much ERS as he has just to get around Artie down this straight, you would think. Seem to catch up a lot. So there you go. As we see a bit of a send. Oh, from Lieutenant. Hold up man down. He's away delayed. Or had a bit of a jostle there. Looks like he's gone up past Ethan Mom. And Artie's just holding up the Big Hungry beautifully. So this is really allowing Drow, if White can get past Mike here, to pull away a little bit, which could really help his chances for that first position tonight. First one for him for the season. So the Big Hungry is still all over the back of Artie Cheng's. Looking for a move around the outside. He's got it done, and we see Drow going around Mike Wazowski as well. A little bit wild though, but they've both got their moves done. And now we'll see. Oh no, Mike's lagged out unfortunately. He's left the session. That's unfortunate. That's not what you want to do when you're battling for a podium. You see the Big Hungry's gone past him like he's nothing. Artie Cheng's going past Mike Wazowski. He's got the move done. And Mike's going into the pits because he's in AI because he's probably lagged out by the looks of it. So he'll come back. If he gets back in, he'll be probably unhappy with his... Oh no, we've got carnage there. Snickers Bud. Big moment. Old Tonky also. Oh, that's very unfortunate there. Go back up and have a look at Drow. He's 1.5 seconds behind Annie Up Lloydie. He's currently got the lead of the race, but he has not yet pitted. So, our sight, he's got the session, but he's DNF there after our last restart, unfortunately. So he had a terrible night too. Go down the field and have a bit of a look-see. Little Marvel's still got a pit. Kuno, Mike Wazowski, Honest Crook and Eating on down towards the end of the pack. And Honest Crook's gone through Mike Wazowski. Mikey's standing still because he is in AI. Alright, look at this. Delayed, up past Artie Cheng. So there we go. Artie Cheng's his fourth back though. Very interesting. Stroud set the fastest lap of the race so far. I don't know if Artie Cheng's really needs to be trying to fight with delayed because Artie's still got a pit, so all he's doing is actually holding him up, unfortunately. Hold Up Man Dan is all over the back of delayed now, so there you go. Lieutenant's all over the back of Hold Up Man Dan. Wazowski's joined back, so he's going to be absolutely devastated that his car's pitted and has put him back in the field. Move from Lieutenant, maybe on Hold Up Man Dan. Good shot there, look at that. Show how nice and tight that is through that corner. Although he's got the outside line to make it work for him. I think he might. Drow's just beaten his own fastest lap and he has. He's done around the outside. Good job, Hold Up Man Dan. So that gives him fourth spot. Oh, contact. And that is Lieutenant without a side plate. That's unfortunate. So that's going to cost him a lot of time. Especially on a track like this where you definitely need that side. It's going to say downforce, it's not downforce. I'm trying to think of the terminology. No, I'm completely blank. It's like a sideways downforce. Wow, that's all I don't. Whatever it is, he don't have it. Hopefully he doesn't lose out too badly here, but I think he may, as we see. Delayed, and Hold Up Man Dan have obviously had a moment there while they were having a battle. And, oh no, Hold Up Man Dan, he's lost an end plate as well, so that's unfortunate. So that's going to cost him a heap of time here. The only thing that could potentially save him is a safety car, as we see the other boys just having a bit of a battle there into Adelaide and Lieutenant. Both drivers still going, but that means Lieutenant's going into the pits. And you think he'll put the soft tyre on. much if we do see one of those S words. We see the Big Hungry is now closed that gap right up on Drow, so we'll just keep on top of this one a little bit because this will be for the lead of the race. DRS is engaged. Has he got enough to get around him? I don't know if he wants to. He's just going to get the pressure on him. He has done most of the race, so all you really have to do, especially in a track like this with such a big long DRS straight towards the end of the circuit, you can hang within a couple of tenths of him. There's no point even trying to overtake and do that last lap. You don't need to. But he's trying to get it done early. He's a bit hungry. He's gone up. He's around. Has he got it done? He definitely has, I believe. You see a fight back from Drow instantly though. Down at turn 1. They've swapped DRS. Not much of an advantage though on that main straight, unfortunately. Bit of a waste having it there. And the Big Hungry just pulls away a little bit now, so 6 laps to go. So Drow can just hang in there and pretty much do exactly what Big Hungry was doing to him most of the race, and just pressure him. Just see if he can pressure him into making a mistake. His tyres must be absolutely knackered by now, I would have thought. 23 laps old. I think he'll be looking at hitting very shortly within the next lap or two here. Not sure if that is where it's going to come that he's probably going for right now. Go back through the field. Everyone seems to spread out a little bit. We've got Noodle, Marvel and Annie up Lloydie in a good battle. Nice and tight through that chicane they are. You think you'll see Annie up Lloydie try and send it down as Drow goes through to the lead of the race. He's got the inside line. Big Hungry has made that outside work for him. He's carried his pace through the corner, so he's got the lead back off him. This is some beautiful driving by both of these guys. Back down and have another quick look here with Noodle and Annie up Lloydie. Annie up Lloydie's got past him on that straight, so there you go. I figured that was going to happen, but sort of usually need to be looking up the front to see what's happening. That is where the big points are. Go back down. Mike Wazowski's dropped a heap of spots here. After that moment he had Thomas Crook's actually caught up a little bit here, which is good to see. He's up on 12th, but that's rain. That is rain. Now that's interesting. 5 laps to go, and I'm seeing drops of rain. Wow. So, Artie Cheng's, there you go. He's got me again. He got me with it there on another track, I'm pretty sure. Couldn't work out his strategy, and he's got me again. He may be the absolute master strategist here. Let's have a look at him to see when he goes in. I doubt it will be next lap, but being Florida, when it rains, and I mean it pours. It's monsoonal stuff. You know, hurricanes, tropical cyclones, all the fun stuff. So there's every chance this track could get very wet very quickly. Go back up to top. The Big Hungry still in the lead there. Got a yellow in sector 1. It's a red car around. Is that Honest Crook? No. Does lose out of position though. Oh, yeah, it was Honest Crook because he's got no front wing. He's not enjoying this track, unfortunately, mate. You see the guys pit. Is it this lap? I think it's far too early, but you never know. I reckon we'd be nearly lucky to be even seeing wet tyres. Yeah, we will. Artie might have been going to take a gamble and try and undercut these guys, but obviously not the right time. Oh, look at this. So we go wheel to wheel. Drow backs out and just tucks in behind him again. Smart driving. Now, the other thing is too, you've got to keep in mind this track eventually will get a little bit greasy while it's in that transition period between the dry tyre and the wet tyre, so definitely going to have your wits about you. Lieutenant goes past on his trip now. He's back up to 12th spot. Oh wow, pushing him very, very wide. Beautiful racing between these two all night. Not one bit of contact, I don't believe, and just awesome. Back and forth. I don't think I'll be able to count on 2 hands how many times these two have swapped positions tonight so far in both races. Now, oh, a little bit of Foxton there from the Big Hungry, I think. He hung that car out really wide, potentially maybe just hinting at his competitor in Drow that, hey mate, I might go in for wets, I think. But boxing, I like it. Not pouring, but definitely starting to get a little bit heavier this rain, I think, just looking at it. It's hard to tell when you're not driving exactly what the track's feeling like, but the temperature instantly will be going out of it for sure, you think. See many raindrops still though, especially the back of the track where it's raining a bit heavier. So you see Drow going for the move there on the outside. Can he get it done? Oh, he has. Beautiful move. Great move. They go down through here, through the chicanes. Nice, nice, nice. This is just been an awesome battle to watch. DRS disabled. That is usually an excellent sign that we will see some tyre changes. Now, who's the first one to brake? Neither. They are going to continue this battle all the way to the end. Do we see Artie Cheng's maybe going? So we just try and keep an eye between the two. Drow has taken the lead of the race again. Yes, we do. Artie Cheng's, this could be huge. This is potentially a race winning move. Potentially. Wow, I don't mind it. I do not mind it. Had to pit. Hadn't pitted all race. Had to pit. So, potentially a race winning move. Keep an eye on it, guys. I honestly don't think it will be, but you never know. I honestly think if there was another 2 laps to go, maybe even 3 laps to go, and he's pitted before these two guys at the front, that could have won him the race. they are definitely starting to feel this greasiness under their tyres. They can see their cars starting to get a bit of sideways movement here. This is interesting. I do wonder how much their times have dropped off. We've got a yellow, someone's around. It's McLaren. And it is Blancuno. That's unfortunate for Blancuno. Mike Wazowski's lagged out again, unfortunately. The boys haven't pitted again. They are going to the end on these dry tyres. Last lap of the Miami GP. We've had Drell and the Big Hungry going at it the entire race. Swapping positions back and forth. First, second. Who can we see pull away? Can we see Drow just go into a different mode altogether and go beast mode? Oh, big moment from the Big Hungry. Bit of a lock-up. They're starting to feel this greasiness under the car. Interesting. Can he close that gap back up? He's got 0 ERS as Drow. The Big Hungry has about 1 more than 0. So they're just about burned it all. This is crazy. Oh, contact from the wall. And Lloydie's out. He's obviously had a moment. That's huge. Oh, and this track is wet. Where's Artie Chengs? Artie Chengs is going to come through the field, surely. He's going to run out of time. As I said, another 1 or 2 laps and Artie Chengs probably would have won this race. Oh, it's a big move, can he get it done? It's clean, they haven't touched, no contact. Big Hungry, has he stolen it? Oh, a bit of blocking involved, was it? Oh, wow, what a finish. What a finish to this race. The Big Hungry's pulled it off. He has pulled it off. He's pulled the big move down the back straight. Around the last couple of corners, he has made it stick and he's got it done. Drow in second. Very unfortunate. Beautiful drive. They've done very, very well. The position changes. Big Hungry up 5 spots. Drow has dropped 1. He's gone from pole down to second, which you would not be that unhappy with. Hold Up Man Dan holds up for 3rd spot to round out our podium. We've got Delay with a great drive up into 4th. El Tonki had a beautiful drive up into 5th spot. Sean Goat finished 6th. Artie Chengs, even with that sort of bit of a muffled around strategy, which almost would have paid off with another 1 or 2 laps of this race, was good enough to finish 7th, so he's up 11 spots. Noodle Marble, beautiful drive, up 12 spots into 8th. Mike Wazowski 9th. And we've got Snickers Bud in 10th. Lieutenant didn't have a great race, unfortunately, had a few big moments, finished 11th. Ethimon 12th. Vladimir up 4 spots into 13th. Honest Crook with 1 to forget, unfortunately. He's dropped a few positions. Just couldn't quite get it done. As Noodle Marble gets drive of the day, which is definitely fair. He made up a lot of ground, so he had a great drive. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Miami GP done and dusted. I will quickly get these guys into the box. Alrighty, so that was it. That was the Miami GP. I've just sent some invites out to our podium getters, so we'll wait until they join in. But what a race! That was drama filled. We had some great battles up front. We had some great battles in the mid pack. We had some carnage, a few DNFs. We had 14 getting home in the end, which is good to see. So we've got the top two guys in. I've definitely sent Hold Up Man Dan a bit of an invite, so hopefully he gets that and can join up. It was our third place getter, but we've got our top two guys in here, so I'll welcome the Big Hungry first up, our race winner. Well done, buddy. Yeah, great drive, mate. You stuck it out, you pulled it off.
Yeah, it was a very fun race, very entertaining in the end. It turned out to be with the rain coming in, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with what happened in the end. So yeah, happy with the win.
That's good, mate. Good. You and Drow went at it all night, really. Even in the first race, you had some good battles. So you underfueled by the tiniest of margins, mate, in the sprint race.
Yeah, the sprint race, I thought I would underfuel, and the consequences come pretty quickly to me, and I thought I was going to get him on the last lap, but I just see my car going very slowly, so yep, got punished by that. And then the full race, yeah, it was pretty, neck and neck. We were going at it, swapping places, I think the last 10 laps, and I respected that race. It was clean, and Drow is a very good racer. So that's all I got to say. Yeah.
No, that's great, mate. Great drive again. Well done. Good points. You currently sit on top, and you've probably extended that lead tonight. So yeah, great drive, mate. Well done, and all the best for next week.
Yep. Cheers, mate.
No worries. Drow, welcome. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Very, very good. Great driving. That was an awesome battle the whole way through, mate. The whole night you drove beautifully. Probably unlucky there at the end, I suppose, but I mean, it's racing.
I guess the rain and that last 10 laps was very frightening. You could sort of feel the grip sort of giving away a little bit.
Yeah.
I was a little bit annoyed when I got shoved a bit in the final corner, but that's racing.
Look, that sort of stuff, mate, it happens week in, week out. It was just one of those things, wasn't it? I mean, whether it ends up in the stewards' room or not, I'm not sure, but I mean, I didn't think there was a lot in you were that close all night, the whole way through, both races even. I was sort of trying to say to everyone there towards the end, I don't think I could count on 2 hands and 2 feet how many times you swapped positions through the race. It was actually pretty epic to watch. I loved it. So you both drove beautifully, and yeah, look, mate, you'd be pretty happy with P2 still, I would have thought.
It was a very good race. Big Hungry is obviously a tremendous driver, and he did really well. Obviously, I would have liked the win, but P2 is still pretty good.
Yeah. No, you got to think of us poor people, mate. I'm usually good for about P14 something when I race, so I'd be pretty happy with P2. No, great drive, mate. Good stuff.
Right.
We've got Hold Up Man Dan's joined us. Welcome, mate. Well done on the podium. Congrats. Was it? How you going there, Dan? You there, mate? I wonder if he's got his microphone turned off or not. Potentially has his microphone turned off, or he's having some sort of difficulty with it. Just give him another second or two.
you're there, Dan, by all means, jump up and down, wave your arms. Potentially hold up man Dan. Mike is no good. There we go. No, that's okay. So we'll try and catch up with hold up man Dan next week. Great drive anyway, mate. If you are listening in on the stream, yeah, you done beautifully to come back because you were up there. You led the race for a little bit of it. You started up the front and you battled beautifully to come back to jump back on the podium. So great drive, mate. Anyhow, that will be it for us here at Race Spec Tier 3. That was the Miami GP. Thank you for watching, and looking forward to next week. I can't tell you where we're racing. I've got no idea. I need to find out, but looking forward to it nonetheless. Thanks everyone. Cheers.